The hospital staff knew her as the strange cleaning lady who sat silently in the same corner during every break, never speaking to anyone. Doctors joked about her, calling her robot-like. But when an armed gunman threatened 6 hostages in the corridor, she rose from that corner, profiled the attacker's psychology, identified his weaknesses, and executed a flawless negotiation strategy. 23 minutes later, the gun hit the floor. When they learned this robot woman's true identity, everyone was stunned. Before we continue, tell us where you're watching from, and if this story moves you, don't forget to subscribe, because I've got something special prepared for you tomorrow. The bitter February cold had formed ice crystals on the windows of Metropolitan General Hospital in Chicago's outer districts. At 6:45 a.m., the hospital corridors filled with the controlled chaos of shift change. White coats moved swiftly past, footsteps echoed on linoleum floors, and the hospital announcement system worked continuously. The staff break room on the 3rd floor harbored different energies throughout the day. The morning shift was tired but ready. The night shift was exhausted but relieved. In the southeast corner of this room, at a table near the window, Elena Martinez sat in the same spot every single day. Elena was 48 years old, 5 feet 4 inches tall, with dark brown hair always neatly pulled back and minimal makeup on her face. Her hospital uniform, navy pants, gray shirt, plastic ID badge, made it impossible to distinguish her from hundreds of other workers. In her hand was the same blue porcelain cup every morning, containing black Turkish coffee, with an unopened sandwich sitting in front of her. But what was truly striking was Elena's absolute silence. Dr. Richard Cooper, the emergency department chief, had pointed Elena out to Dr. Sarah Chun, who was starting the residency program that morning, while explaining the hospital dynamics. "Do you see that woman in the corner?" Dr. Cooper had lowered his voice, but kept it high enough for Elena to hear. "It's been 3 years and 2 months since she started working here. Her name is Elena Martinez, from the cleaning department, but no one has ever heard her speak." Dr. Chun looked curiously. Elena was sipping her coffee and looking out the window, as if she hadn't heard the conversation. "Never, never. Only when absolutely necessary. Single words, yes, no, okay. We call her Robot Elena, because she's like a program machine. She comes at the same time every day, sits in the same place, drinks the same coffee, leaves the same sandwich uneaten." Nurse Jennifer Williams, a 15-year veteran staff member, joined the conversation. "I tried talking to her a few times. I asked, 'How are you, Elena?' She just nodded. I said, 'Nice weather, isn't it?' She said yes. That was it." Dr. Martinez, a senior internal medicine specialist, set his medical file on the table and joined them. Maybe she experienced trauma. Could be PTSD. Some people completely lose their social skills. They can't speak, can't connect. Or maybe she's just very introverted, added technician Rodriguez. Maybe her English isn't good. She's embarrassed. Dr. Cooper laughed. "We've been making the same joke for 3 years. What could Elena's secret identity be? CIA agent, secret millionaire, or really just a very strange cleaning lady?" The group burst into laughter. Elena showed no reaction. But Elena heard every word, and she was taking notes. Dr. Cooper, alpha personality type, leadership position, slight narcissistic tendencies. Could become aggressive under stress. Dr. Chun, young, eager, approval-seeking behavior. Tried to impress her mentor. Nurse Williams, dominant personality, active in workplace politics. High social manipulation skills. Dr. Martinez, analytical, methodical, empathetic approach. Potential ally. Rodriguez, follower type, passive role in GR. During her 15 years at the FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit, Elena Martinez had learned to profile thousands of people. Every gesture, every tone of voice, every word choice gave her information about what people were experiencing deep inside. But now she was retired. Or trying to be. She had taken early retirement from the FBI in 2019. Her last case had deeply affected her. A school hostage situation, 3 teachers, 12 students. 6 hours of negotiation. Successful outcome, everyone saved. But Elena could never enter that same room again. Her therapist had diagnosed her with burnout. Elena, for 15 years you've been helping others in their worst moments. Now you need to heal yourself. The job at Metropolitan General Hospital was part of transitional therapy. Quiet, routine, predictable. No risk, no danger, no life or death decisions. Just clean from morning to evening, go home, watch TV, sleep. The first 6 months were difficult. Every sound seemed like a potential threat. Every sudden movement triggered a fight-or-flight response. But gradually she had calmed down. Sitting during coffee breaks and observing people was an old habit, noticing behavioral patterns, analyzing interpersonal dynamics. But now she wasn't writing reports or intervening. She was just watching that doctor. Cooper turned to his group. Let's test Elena. Let's ask her some things, see how much we can get her to talk. That's not ethical, Dr. Chen objected. Just friendly conversation. No harm done. Dr. Cooper approached Elena's table. Elena continued looking out the window. Elena, good morning. Elena turned her head. Good morning. Is your coffee good? Yes. I'm Dr. Cooper, Emergency Department Chief. I always see you here, but we've never been introduced. Okay. Dr. Cooper felt the expectant looks from a group behind him. He pushed a little further. How long have you been in Chicago? Elena paused for a moment. A micro-expression passed through her eyes. Calculation, assessment, decision-making, long time. We were trying to guess where you're from. Are you of Hispanic origin? Mexico. Great. I'm from New Mexico, too. Maybe we have some common ground. Elena didn't smile. She just nodded and returned to her coffee. Dr. Cooper went back. Did you see? Maximum 2 words. Robotic. Elena sighed inwardly. During her 15 years at the FBI, whenever they encountered socially awkward individuals, she always used an empathetic approach. Now, she had become one of those people. But she didn't care. Social popularity wasn't in her retirement plan. At 10:30, Elena finished her coffee break and returned to work. She went up to the 4th floor, took cleaning supplies from the supply closet. She would clean the pediatric wing. The corridors were filled with children's voices. Laughter, crying, nurses' soothing conversations. Elena loved these sounds. They were innocence, hope. While cleaning room 412, an 8-year-old girl looked at her. Hello, the girl said. I'm Lily. Elena stopped. Children were different from adults. They had no prejudices, didn't play social games. Hello, Lily. I'm Elena. Elena is a beautiful name. Is it Spanish? Yes. I know a little Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Elena smiled genuinely for the first time in 3 years. Muy bien. ¿Y tú? Muy bien también. Lily's mother apologized. She talks a lot. Don't let her bother you. No problem, Elena replied. Beautiful girl. Lily took Elena's hand. Elena, you speak so beautifully. Why are you always quiet? The question surprised Elena. Children sometimes asked questions that adults couldn't ask. Sometimes silence is beautiful, Elena said. Listening is more important than speaking. I understand. Sometimes I need to be quiet too. Elena looked at Lily. This little girl was awakening something in her. Maybe the healing process would begin with these conversations. After finishing the cleaning, Elena went to the cafeteria for lunch. Her usual table, corner, back to the wall, position where she could see the entire room. Situational awareness taught in FBI training. Dr. Cooper's table was in the middle of the cafeteria. Loud conversations, laughter. Elena could hear their voices. Let's make a bet to solve the Elena mystery, Dr. Cooper was saying. Whoever guesses correctly wins $50. I say former military, said Nurse Williams. Very disciplined. I think social anxiety disorder, Dr. Martinez added. Needs treatment. Or just bizarre personality, Rodriguez said. Elena was listening, but no longer taking offense. People's ways of trying to understand others were predictable. They created categories, put them in boxes, tried to solve the mystery. The truth was that Elena had no mystery. It was just a self-protection strategy. 8:02 p.m., the emergency department alarm sounded. Elena was sitting in the cafeteria, watching the ambulances from the window. The first ambulance arrived, second, third. Major incident. Elena's old reflexes kicked in, assess the situation, identify threats, prepare response strategies. but it was no longer her responsibility. She got up, was about to clear her tray and leave when screams came from the corridor. Everyone get on the ground. Now, Elena froze. She recognized this voice pattern. Aggressive male, high stress, probable weapon involvement. Everyone in the cafeteria had jumped up in panic. Tables overturned, people ran to the door. But Elena didn't move. 15 years of training kicked in. Assess, analyze, plan. Through the cafeteria's glass door, she looked into the corridor. A middle-aged man, 40 to 45 years old, about 6 feet tall, overweight, holding a .38 caliber revolver. He had 6 people against the wall. 2 nurses, 1 doctor, 2 patient relatives, 1 security guard. Elena observed the man for 3 minutes. Body language. Extreme agitation, shaking hands, sweat, rapid breathing. Voice pattern. High-pitched, cracking, desperate. Weapon handling. Unprofessional, probably not trained. Motivation assessment. Personal crisis, probably family-related. The FBI protocols in Elena's brain activated. This was a hostage situation, and Elena was a negotiation specialist. But she was retired. She shouldn't get involved in this anymore. Police sirens could be heard from the cafeteria. The tactical team would arrive in 10 to 15 minutes and handle the situation. But 15 minutes was too long. The man's stress level was critical. He could be trigger-happy. Elena took a deep breath. "Damn," she muttered. "Once FBI, always FBI." She left the cafeteria and walked into the corridor. "Hello there," she said in a calm voice. "I'm Elena. I came to listen to you." The man pointed the gun at her. "Back off. I'm not talking to anyone." "Okay, I understand. You're having a very difficult day. Maybe I can help." Elena's voice was the fruit of FBI crisis negotiation training. Neither too calm nor too worried. Exactly the right tone. "Who do you think you are?" the man shouted. "I'm just Elena. I do cleaning here. I'm a working person like you. What happened? Can you tell me?" Elena slowly stepped closer. Non-threatening posture, hands visible, eye contact maintained. "Don't come closer," the man warned, but there was the first hesitation in his voice. "Okay, I'll stop here, but I'm listening. What's your name?" "Tom. Tom Harrison." "Hello, Tom. Is there a problem at this hospital? Is it about someone in your family?" Tom's eyes filled with tears. My wife is dying. Cancer. The doctors aren't doing anything. They say terminal. They've given up." Elena nodded empathetically. "I'm so sorry, Tom. This must be very hard. How long have you been married?" 25 years. "Lisa, she's everything to me. I can't live without her." "Of course. Lisa is a lucky woman, having someone who loves her this much." "Where is she now?" "5th floor. Intensive care. But the doctors won't talk to me. They say there's nothing we can do." Elena understood the situation. Desperate husband, dying wife, the medical system's impersonal approach. Classic hostage motivation. "Tom, I understand you. The system can be very cold sometimes. But these people want to help you. Maybe we can find a solution together." "Lies. Nobody cares." Elena stepped closer. "Ikare, gom. Let's talk about Lisa. How did you meet?" For the next 20 minutes, Elena conducted a masterful negotiation. She listened to Tom's life story, built empathy, established trust. At the 23rd minute, Tom dropped the gun to the floor. "God, what have I done?" he began to cry. Elena hugged him. "What you did was love, Tom. You love your wife. This isn't a crime." When the police arrived, they found the situation resolved. Dr. Cooper looked at Elena in amazement. "Elena, how did you do this?" Elena smiled. FBI hostage negotiation unit. 15 years. Retired. Silence. The next day, a note was left on Elena's table. "Real heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they can be saving lives just sitting in a corner drinking coffee. I wasn't offended that you called me Robot Elena. Because real robots can't build empathy, can't save lives, can't recognize love." Elena was no longer silent. See you in the next videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe.